The first name called last night was that of Anthony Edwards by the Minnesota Timberwolves, and while it's not a huge surprise, it certainly sparked my curiosity as to why. Of course, we heard how basketball isn't his first love, and that sent up some ridiculous and unwarranted red flags. Because when it comes down to it, this guy is an elite athlete with a lot of skills for someone so young. So let's dig into the footage and find out why Anthony Edwards was crowned as the first pick. At 6'5" and 225 pounds, Edwards fits into the classic shooting guard mold both from an appearance standpoint and skill set. He played off-ball quite a bit, using his explosive first step to enable him to attack from the perimeter and get to the basket with a variety of finishes that impressed me for someone who was just a freshman at the D1 level. Check how he breaks up the cadence of his 1-2 to throw off the defense's rhythm, then finishes with the off-foot reverse off the glass. I really like how comfortable he is using his left hand near the rim, a skill that will serve him well trying to finish amongst the trees in the NBA. Plus, if he gets a clear enough runway, it's 2 quick dribbles into an absolute monster slam at hyper speed that no help rotation will ever be quick enough to stop. And he's got the creativity in the air to read where the defense is and drift by him to 1. Ensure contact, and 2. Shoot on the way down, off balance, with his offhand for the and 1. Where his potential issues lie is when he spots up and settles for the open jumper. NBA defenses will most likely close out way short and invite him to shoot until he can prove he can be a consistent long-range threat. With this off-target pass, he is forced to slide over and then quick release it from over the defender's contest. It's this kind of rhythm he needs to obtain more consistently to knock these down. He loves to square up his defender, hit him with an old-school jab step and into a one-dribble pull-up. Good to see he stayed behind the arc on this one to get the extra point. Notice how high he jumps on this one. With proper rhythm and energy transfer, it wouldn't be as necessary, but he does get the ball out of his set point in close to a one-motion shot, and it goes right in the basket. And the one thing he'll need to add to his game is the shot fake one-dribble sidestep to stay behind the three-point arc, as NBA teams want to avoid the dreaded 20-footer as much as possible. Here's a good example of when too slow of a dip drastically affects the rhythm of the shooter. Notice how long the ball stays down below his waist, waiting for the right foot to tap into the jump. This also dissipates power into the shot, and it's not surprising to see a shot like this miss short by so much. In contrast, this rhythm dip doesn't ever really stop from the time it starts moving down till it dips back up and through the set point to the release. This is a much better syncing of the dip to the legs and is one reason why it swishes clean through the hoop. One concern with Edwards' distance shooting is if he utilizes a set point above his head. The jump shot becomes a two-motion shot, interrupting the smooth energy transfer from the gather to the release, and it makes it hard to be consistent. He clearly likes taking threes, particularly in transition, so either he'll need to smooth it out or drastically cut down on these shots. I went through hundreds of clips on Anthony Edwards, so you don't have to. And it's that kind of time saving you'll get from Blinkist, helping you absorb more nonfiction books from cover to cover. They've got tons of nonfiction books that are condensed into just 15 minutes, so you can quickly absorb the information. Plus, they've got a whole library of full-length audiobooks. I've got the Hoops Whisperer going on right now, and there are so many other resources for coaches on Blinkist, like Play Their Hearts Out and Furious George. The first 100 people to go to Blinkist.com/BBALLBREAKDOWN are going to get unlimited access for 1 week to try it out. You'll also get 25% off if you want the full membership. So head over to Blinkist.com/BBALLBREAKDOWN right now, and you can get back to learning more about how Anthony Edwards fits in with the Timberwolves' transition game. Minnesota ranked 26th in points per possession in transition last year. And if they're hoping Edwards improves that number, they might have a little bit of hope. When scouting a college player highly rated for the NBA draft, one would expect multiple plays of transition basketball, where the guy overmatches the competition and completely overwhelms them with strong finishes. And that's what we saw a little bit with his coast-to-coast forays at the basket at full speed. However, he seemed to settle for three-point shots off the dribble way too much, and for reasons already demonstrated, it sunk his efficiency on the fast break dearly. While these may turn into the most open three-point shots he can get, until his rhythm is cleaned up, I suspect the coaching staff will get on him to pass these shots up in favor of attacking the rim or setting up a teammate. I'm sure the Wolves coaching staff intently watched how well he did in the pick and roll in college, and thankfully, he got a good share. The biggest issue was his jump shot, which enabled defenses to go underneath the ball screen often, and if they switched, to give him a big cushion and dare him to shoot the outside jumper, which he did a lot, with not a lot of success. And you can bet this is exactly how NBA defenses will defend him until he improves that jumper. Georgia would set him flat screens to adjust, which made it harder for his defender to go underneath, and it allowed him to use his explosive speed to get to the hole for creative finishes. Plus, when he'd reject the screen, it would catch the screener's man way out of position to help, freeing him up to get into the lane where he could improvise even more creative finishes that I'm sure we'll see at the next level. While he didn't do it often, we saw some evidence of his ability to split the ball screen, and let's just say it went well for him. While he definitely has the scorer's mentality out of the pick and roll, I was pleasantly surprised to see an occasional nice dime out of this action. Hitting the roll man is the basic skill you need to run it efficiently, and I wonder if he can build upon some of these really nice pocket passes. But hitting the cutter out of the corner in the midst of a Euro step to the hoop displays upper-level vision and willingness to make the pass to avoid a potential blocked or awkward shot. And to be able to fire skip passes to the corner for open threes is the premium skill NBA teams need in today's game, and if he can do this consistently, the Wolves should improve an already healthy pick-and-roll game. He also got his share of isolations, and it proved to be a good source of generating free throws, as he'd put his head down and just go to the hole as hard as he could. I didn't see a lot of shiftiness in these moves, and it makes me feel like he'll have less success trying to isolate in the NBA, as defenders are more agile and better at avoiding fouls than in college. And if they sag off him and give him plenty of room to shoot, then Edwards had better iron out the kinks in a hurry, or else he'll continue to clank jumper after jumper, creating empty possessions for the Timberwolves. Considering they ranked 24th in offensive rating last year, the Wolves are desperate to improve their scoring across the board. And working alongside Karl-Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell should help him immensely, since both are willing passers and take a lot of focus of the defense. It wouldn't be hard to imagine Edwards doing the kind of damage we're seeing here as generated by the gravity of Towns and Russell. And with the way the West is stacked right now, there should be zero pressure to win now, letting Edwards get a lot of minutes to learn on the fly and accelerate his development. He's got all the physical tools to make it in the NBA. But so did another number one pick they had on their roster for several years. And his desire and dedication is still questioned by people around the league. So it's understandable that Wolves fans are a little wary of Anthony Edwards, but something tells me he's going to be okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your comments below. We'll have tons of content during the offseason for you, so stay tuned and get your notifications set to alert you right away. And don't forget, sports fans, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?